Half a day students, I am Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. You all have been through a year of big changes. We've had to adapt and make big changes to keep our families and our island safe. But with change comes opportunity and a chance to try new things like PBS University. While Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio and I will continue to do our part to keep our island safe, you students have a part to play as well. Your part is to keep learning and to keep up with your lessons. That's why I am happy to see you here ready to learn with PBS University. PBS University is a way to bring a continuous educational curriculum to you while you stay safe at home during this time. To help you keep up with your studies, we asked our friends at PBS Guam and the Guam Department of Education to put together this episode. Thank you for doing your part and have a great lesson.
PBS University is a program by PBS Guam and the Guam Department of Education in conjunction with public school teachers. These lessons are created to provide both parents and students with a unique educational experience while helping students to continue learning at home. PBS University, next on PBS Guam.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come along, let's sing a song. We'll have a great adventure. Today's the day, let's learn and play. We'll have a great adventure. Numbers, letters, science things, all that we can do. Help you deal with how you feel. Share with us too. It's super cool and just like school, our awesome learning adventures. So grab a friend, the fun will end. Our awesome learning adventures. Awesome learning adventures with PBS University.
Rananim, welcome back to PBS University. In case you don't know, Rananim means hello or welcome in the Chuukese language. Sometime today, maybe tomorrow, greet somebody by saying Rananim. Just explore someone else's culture. Greet them by saying Rananim. In today's literacy episode of PBS University, I'm going to be your host, Mr. Shipman, right? And today we're going to learn about verbs. And to go with our theme of health and wellness, we're going to get a little active today. So I hope you're ready for it. Man, look at all of that weight. Do you think I can lift that? Well, if you stick around to the end, I'll show you if I can lift that or not. Okay, so I know what you're saying. Man, I don't get it. I don't understand. Verbs are hard. Sometimes there's an S, sometimes there's not an S. When do I use that S? I'm so confused. You know, I'm glad you said something because I think I can help you out with this situation. So for me to help you out, I need a little of assistance from one of the greatest of all time, Queen Bee, Beyonce. Like, she explains this super well. Well, in one of her songs, she kind of sort of helps me tell you about it, but she doesn't really explain it. But I got you. In her song, Single Ladies, I know you're thinking of it right now. Right, that one, right? She says, if you like it, you should have put a ring on it, right? So if you are single, no ring. No ring, sorry. I'm single, there is no ring. Just throwing that out there, you know. Okay, single, no ring. If you're not single, you have a ring on it. Right? So she's saying, put a ring on it. Think about this for a second. Now, when it comes to verbs, it's going to be kind of the same. We're going to need to put a ring on it. But our ring is going to be different. Our ring is going to be an S. S is our ring. You know, like if you took a ring and you kind of like moved it around, sort of, cut it and like bend it, and it could make an S. Just go with me. Just trust me, okay? If in our sentence, our subject is single, our verb needs an S. That's where our ring comes in. If our subject is plural, it already has an S, and we don't need one. So like, the dog, single. The dog barks, needs the S. Barks, S, right? But if it's the dogs, they're plural, they're already taken, they've already got the ring on them. The dogs bark, no S. That makes sense? Like, that's super easy. You gotta put a ring on it, right? If you like it, you should have put a ring on it, right? It happens. I'm waiting for someone to like it so they can put a ring on it. Sorry. Anyway, let's look at a couple examples, okay? And you're gonna see me being a little active, like I said earlier, testing out my health and wellness, giving you information that I know, showing you that I like to be active. I'm trying to get better, I'm trying to be healthy. So hopefully this motivates you to get outside and get going too. He pushes. He is single, needs the S at the end. They push. They is plural. There is no S at the end. He pulls. They pull. He climbs. They climb. He jumps. They jump. These are different ways that we can see the S or no S. He, being the single subject, needs the verb to have an S. They, with the plural subject, there is no S needed. Now that we understand verbs and when to use an S and not to use an S, we can add more into our sentences. It's not he pushes, it's not they push, it's they push across the floor. Where are they going? Let's go across the floor. What are they pushing? They're pushing heavy weight. Trust me, that was heavy. Where are they climbing? They're climbing up. Why are they climbing? They're climbing up to save their life. Add more to it. Give it flair. Give it some variety, right? Adding the S, we figured it out. We're good. We know what we are doing. Simple. Now we know when to use an S for our verbs. If the subject is single, there's no ring, it means the verb needs a ring. A ring is the S. S is what we need. If the subject is plural, it means that it already has the S. We don't need a ring because it already has one. So our verb has no S. Cats purr. The cat purrs. Right? So, one more time. If the subject is single, we need to add a S, right? If the subject is plural, no S. Right? Super easy. Like, perfect. We understand it. We get it. We're good to go. I love it. Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Every time I have a video, you guys just come out and you watch it. It's great. It's amazing. I'm blessed to have you as my fans. I think it's the beard. That's why. I mean, obviously it has to be, right? But thank you for coming back every time. I appreciate it. Check out next week's. It's going to be awesome. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you with just a little bit more of me working out. I know you're going to enjoy it. You always do. Thanks, guys. Shoot, shoot.
boys and girls. My name is Mrs. Castro and welcome to Math with Mrs. Castro. In today's episode, we are going to be learning about bring in our images. Now, what do you think? Could we be learning about food? Could we be learning about animals? Drum roll, please. We're learning about exercise. So in today's episode, we are going to learn how to turn kilometers into miles. We will be working with decimals, and the reason why we are doing this is because prior to COVID, Guam used to have 5Ks almost every weekend. So we are actually going to figure out how many miles are in a 5K. So let's get started, boys and girls. For today's lesson, you'll need something to write with, a piece of paper, and if you have one, a simple calculator, which you can find on cell phone devices or a handheld calculator just to check your work. So today we're going to be working with decimals. At the end of today's lesson, you should be able to multiply multi-digit decimal numbers using whole numbers. So how is math involved in 5Ks? Well, today we are going to go over how to convert kilometers to miles. So like a lot of things with math, we can use a formula. So the formula for kilometers to miles is our kilometers times the conversion factor equals our miles. What is a conversion factor, you ask? It's a number used to change one set of units to another by multiplying or dividing. We use conversion factors a ton in math. There's many units that we can convert to other units, and so our units today are kilometers and miles. So our conversion factor is 0.6214, and we can read this correctly as 0 and 6,214 ten-thousandths. Since we are dealing with decimals today, let's briefly go over place value. So as we can see in the middle, our decimal goes in the middle of both the whole numbers and the decimal numbers. To the left of the decimals, you have our whole numbers, which is the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and ten-thousandths, and it goes on from there. And to the right of the decimal, we have the tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and ten-thousandths place. As you can see, to the right of the decimal, we do not have a ones place, and all of the decimal numbers end in a THS, and the whole numbers end in simply an S. So let's convert our kilometers to miles. So if we take our formula, kilometers times 0.6214 equals our miles, we would do 5 kilometers times 0.6214.
Yay!
Let's start off with our formula. 5K times our conversion factor of 0.6214 will give us how many miles are in a 5K. The first thing you need to remember when you are multiplying decimals is you ignore the decimal. So we can write our numbers how we see them. 6214 times 5. 5 is the smaller number, so we put that one on the bottom to make it easier to multiply. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 2 is 7. 5 times 2 is 10. And 5 times 6 is 30, plus 1 is 31. Alright, so that leaves us with a product of 31,070. In order to figure out where our decimal goes, we must figure out how many digits are after the decimal in our original formula. So let's go up here and look. There are no decimals in 5, but there are a decimal in 0.6214. So we need to figure out how many digits are after the decimal. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means we go back to our product of 31,070. Since it's currently a whole number, our decimal is always to the right. Now we can move it in 4 places since that's the amount of digits that come after the decimal in our original problem. So we move it over 1, 2, 3, 4 places to the left. So that means a 5K is equal to 3.107 miles. Or if you wanted to round it off to the nearest tenths place, a 5K is equal to 3.1 miles.
Since practice makes progress, let's try another problem. Let's say we want to convert
10Ks into miles. So how long is a 10K? All right, so we can't forget our conversion factor, 0.6214. So 10K times 0.6214 will give us our miles. Just like before, the first thing we do when we are multiplying decimals is we ignore our decimal. So since 6214 is the bigger number, let's put that 1 on top, put 10 on the bottom, and multiply. 4 times 0 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. And 6 times 0 is 0. Now remember, whenever you drop down when you're multiplying, always move in 1. Now 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. And 1 times 6 is 6. We can add now. We drop down our 0. 4 plus 0 is 4. 1 plus 0 is 1, 2 plus 0 is 2, and we just have a 6. Okay, so that leaves us with 62,140. All right, so let's go back to our original problem. So we have 10. That doesn't have a decimal in it, so there's no digits to look at after the decimal. But we have 0.6214. We do have a decimal, and there are 4 digits after the decimal. So that means we need to come to our product, 62,140, and we need to bring in our decimal to the left 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means our decimal goes there. So 10K is equal to 6.2140 miles, or if you wanted to round it off, a 10K is equal to 6.2 miles. Alrighty, boys and girls, you did it! So what did we learn today? We learned about place value. We also learned how to turn kilometers into miles. And we learned about conversion factors. We learned a whole bunch. So the next time you see a 5K sign on the road, you'll know how many miles are in that 5K. Thank you so much for being with me today. And remember, you are good at math and practice makes progress. See you in the next episode. Bye!
Half a day! Hi, I'm Miss Castro, and welcome everybody to the Sci-5 Corner, where you will learn 5 minutes worth of cool scientific facts.
Well, we're going to be talking about a hot topic today because it has made millions of dollars in magazine and book sales because everyone needs help. And let's see if you can figure this out. In improving it, in losing it, in finding it, then feeding it. What do you think it could be? Guess what? It's your body.
Everyone wants to look and feel their best, and I'm so glad that you're tuning in because I know you want the very same thing for your growing and developing bodies, which changes dramatically in your 6th, 7th, and 8th grade years. Yes. Middle school. Are you ready to learn the wonderful things about your body? Body is Tatautaw in Chamorro, Katawan in Tagalog, and Inisi in Chuukese. How's that for body language? What about this? These cool movements that the body is able to make are because of joints. Yes, we're going to be focusing on joints today because it's an important part of overall wellness and physical fitness. Let's start learning more about the 5 parts of physical fitness. And the first one is cardiovascular endurance. And that is where you can run or stay active at the same pace for 30 minutes or more. And a good way to build endurance is to take long walks, especially on the beautiful trails around our island. And the second is muscular strength. And that is the amount of force that you can put out or the amount of weight you can lift. Can you lift 20 pounds? You sure can work up to it. The third is muscular endurance, and that is how many times you can move that weight without getting exhausted. And by lifting light weights, you can build lean muscle mass. Number 4 is flexibility. It's the ability of a joint or joints to move with a full range of motion without pain. The more you stretch, the more flexible you'll be. Oh yeah, stretch those muscles. And number 5 is body composition. That is the body's percentage in fat, bone, water, and muscle. Basically, it's what you're made of. Sugar and spice and everything nice. Those are the 5 parts of physical fitness, but today we'll focus on flexibility. Why do they have you stretch before any physical activity? Well, sports and exercise can strengthen bone and muscle, but flexibility allows you to extend your limits and reach to new heights. What are the joints in your body? Joints are a place where 2 or more bones meet. And there's 3 kinds of joint movement. Fixed joints, partly movable joints, and movable joints. We're going to take a look at the different types of joint movement. The first is pivotal joint. Second is hinge joint. Third is gliding joint. And the fourth is ball and socket joint. Let's zoom in at the pivotal joint found at the neck. This allows bones to move side to side and up and down. Let's practice moving our pivotal joint. Say no. Wasn't that easy? The next joint is the hinge joint. This allows bones to move forward and backward, and this helps you bend your elbow and your knees. Do it with me now. Let's bend our elbow, the hinge joint, and flex those biceps. Next is the gliding joint. This allows some movement in all directions. The bones slide or glide along each other. Let's try this. We're gonna wave like a beauty queen. From side to side, hello, half a day. And then we're gonna wave bye-bye, front and back. Bye-bye. The last type of joint is the ball and socket joint. Now this allows for some movement in all directions. So they can be found between your upper arm and shoulders and between your hips and legs. Now let's rotate our arms like windmills. There you have it, the different types of joint movement, and let's see what you remember. It's quiz time! Which joints go up and down or side to side and all around? The ball and socket joint is correct. Which joint moves your neck side to side or up and down? The pivotal joint is correct. Which joint allows forward and backward movement? The hinge joint is correct. Now, which joint moves when you say goodbye? That's right, it's the gliding joint because it's time to say bye-bye. Woohoo! Great job!
You guys did great! I knew I could get you to move your joints. Now you're on your way to your fitness goals. Remember the 5? What were they? Number 1, cardiovascular endurance. Number 2, muscular strength. Number 3, muscular endurance. Number 4, flexibility. And number 5 is body composition. And we focused on flexibility, so stretch your limbs and you will be feeling awesome and young for a long time and not look like this. I hope you had fun learning in the Sci-5 Corner today. And remember, in science, you can always discover, explore, respect, and restore. I'm Miss Castro, signing out. But stay tuned and stay moving.
Hafa students, welcome to PBS University. My name is John Fernandez, and I'm the superintendent of the Guam Department of Education. These PBS University lessons are made to help you to continue learning. The teachers here prepared fun lessons on science, character education, math, English, and more. and they made it for you, the students of Guam. We're very grateful to them for their instruction. We are also thankful for you students, parents, and guardians who are watching. Remember, stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you soon in the next school year. Thank you.
Happy day, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Social Studies. I'm Miss Uggan, and I'm absolutely thrilled that you're here with me today. I have tons of information to share with you, so stick around. Did you know that the present day is the way it is because of things that have happened in our past? If we really think about it, we kind of are living in tomorrow because the choices that we make today affect our future. Let's examine that with something called cause and effect, shall we? Cause and effect is the relationship between two things when one thing makes something else happen. Cause tells why something happened. Effect tells what happened as a result of the cause. Here's an example. Mason studied hard. Mason got an A on the test. Mason studied hard is the cause. Mason got an A on the test is what happened as a result of the cause, the effect. Because and so are some key words to help you identify cause and effect. Let's test it. Mason got an A on the test because he studied hard. Or Mason studied hard, so he got an A on the test. Today I'd like to talk about the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence is one of the most important documents in the history of the United States. It was the official act taken by all 13 colonies in declaring independence from British rule. Here we all are in Guam in the year 2021. But let's imagine that we take a quick trip to the year 1775 to a place called Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Now in 1775, the American colonies were a very rough place to live. The people who lived there were called colonists. In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the colonists were not happy with the British rule. King George III of England ruled over the 13 colonies in America. The colonies felt like they were being mistreated by the king because the king did not keep his promises to keep them safe and well taken care of. The battles of Lexington and Concord were battles fought between the British soldiers, known as Redcoats because of the color of their uniform, and the colonists, known as Minutemen, because they were ready to fight at a moment's notice. These major events led to the American Revolution and the cause for the Declaration of Independence. In June of 1776, the Committee of Five were appointed by Congress to write the first draft of the Declaration of Independence. These five were Roger Sherman, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and Robert Livingston. The most important points of the Declaration of Independence are that all men are created equal, and no one is by birth the subject of a ruler. All men are born with certain rights that cannot be taken away, including life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and government is based on the consent of the people. The first draft of the Declaration of Independence was finally approved by the colonial representatives on July 4th, 1776. History gives us a very clear picture of how things were in the past, so that we understand why things are the way they are now. History teaches us morals and values. You can compare your own situation to other people in history who have successfully gone through moral dilemmas and have done what they felt was the right thing to do. Great leaders as well as ordinary people can teach us lessons in hope, courage, persistence, and determination. History provides us with information that is used to create our own identity. Studying the past allows you to learn about how people have changed over time. If you take the time to learn the history of your own family, you may discover that some members of your family may have been involved in major world events. Remember the beginning of the episode where we talked about cause and effect, where cause tells why something happened and effect tells what happened as a result of the cause? Now we're going to test it. All men are created equal, so I can live freely without being ruled by a king. I have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, so I make good choices for myself and have the right to live happily. It is the right of the people to choose a new system of government because the Declaration of Independence unified the people of the American colonies. Now for some fun. Let's play a game called Who Am I? Are you ready to test your memory skills? Here are the rules. I will give you some clues to help you figure out who I might be describing. You will try to figure out the answer before the picture reveals itself. Remember, use your think time wisely. Are you ready? Let's go. I was first appointed by Congress to head the Committee of Five to write the first draft of the Declaration of Independence. Who am I? The answer is Thomas Jefferson. Did you get that right? Good job! I am of British royalty, and I ruled over all 13 American colonies. Who am I? Did you guess King George III? Great job! I am a British soldier. I was given this nickname because of the color of my uniform. Who am I? The answer is a redcoat. We live in the colonies. We are hard workers. We were given this nickname because we're willing to fight those redcoats at a moment's notice. Who are we? We are Minutemen. Good job, everybody. You all were fantastic today. I'm so proud of you. But it's already time for me to go. But please remember, I appreciate you. I appreciate every one of you. So remember, make good choices. See you next time. Adios.
Half a day, everybody. Welcome to Character Education. I'm Ms. Bermudez, and half a day is how we say hello in the Chamorro language. So for today's character education topic, I brought something with me, and let's go see if you can guess what our topic is. Today I have with me some tennis shoes. So what do you think our topic is for today? Do you think maybe it's fashion? Do you think maybe it's shoelaces? Of course not. Our topic today is exercise. exercises do you like to do? I know for myself, I like to go hiking, I like to play basketball with my friends, and sometimes I like to go running. What kind of things do you like to do to get some exercise? Well, exercise is a very important part of the health triangle. That's right, the health triangle. So to learn more about that, let's go take a closer look. The health triangle is a way to describe how we take care of ourselves. There are 3 sides, and each side is equally important. There is the physical side, the social side, and the mental side of your well-being. The physical side includes the things you do to maintain a healthy body. It includes the food you eat, how much rest you're getting, the kinds of activities you do, and keeping your body clean. Your mental well-being can be described as the things you do to keep a healthy mind through the quality of your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. And finally, we have social health. Social health can be thought of as how well you get along with friends and family at home, at school, and at social gatherings like parties or clubs. Now, which of these sides do you think is most important? The answer is all 3 are equally important and should be in balance so you can have the best health. Quick check for physical health. I am active 30 minutes or more on most days. I limit my screen time. I sleep 7 to 9 hours most days, and I eat a well-balanced diet. Here's a quick check for mental health. I have 1 or more activities I enjoy. I can talk about my thoughts and feelings calmly. I usually like who I am. I can set goals and learn new things. And here's a quick check for your social health. I show respect for others. I'm a good listener. I have at least 1 friend I speak to often. I can calmly tell someone no, or I do not agree. Okay guys, now we learned about exercise and the health triangle. So let's go ahead and try some of these exercises out ourselves. We're going to meet a friend and he's going to show us some exercises that we can do. Thanks for joining me today to learn about those exercises and how it helps us to develop our character and to take care of ourselves. I want to try out some of those exercises we learned today. So I hope to see you again soon. And until then, I want you to stay safe and I want you to stay curious. Adios, everybody.
Half a day, PBS University friends, and konnichiwa. Konnichiwa in Japanese means hello. I'm Senora Max and it's tomorrow time. Are you ready to learn today? Listen to these clues. Mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin. I'm going to count up to 3 and you're going to tell me what you think. Get ready to shout it out. Ready? Uno, dos, tres. That's right, Famagun. Family. Do you know what family is in Chamorro? Oh, no problem. Family in Chamorro means familia. Familia. Can you say familia? Now, awesome job, Malik. Now, let me just share this with you guys. I remember going to Japan for Far East tournament for basketball and soccer. And it's so cool, guys, because in my familia that you get to learn about, you're going to learn about what sports they like. Are you ready? Kolistu Hamzu? This is my mom. She is one of my biggest supporters when it comes to playing sports. She is very spirited and always cheers me on. I wonder what sport she loved. Ekunguk friends, let's listen to our clue. Let's go team, let's go. Do you know what sport she loved, PBS friends? That's right, Famagun. She loved cheering. Mom in Chamorro means Nana. Can you say mom in Chamorro? Awesome job. Ekunguk, listen. Nana loves cheerleading. In Tamoru, Hagwaida si Nana cheerleading. Let's say it together. Hagwaida si Nana cheerleading. Yay, way to go everyone. This is my dad. During his free time, he loves watching many different sports, especially during the Super Bowl. Can you guess what sport he loves, friends? Here's a clue. Touchdown! What do you think? Ungan, yes, friends, Malik. He loves football. Dad in Chamorro means Tata. Tata, can you say dad in Chamorro? Malik Famagun, Ekunguk, listen. Tata loves football. In Tamoru, Hagwaida si Tata football. Your turn, friends. Let's say it together. Hagwaida si Tata football. Malik Famagun, ask your Tata what sport he loves. My brother, he loves to relax with this sport. I wonder what sport. Let's listen to the clue. Hole in one, hole in one. What do you think, PBS University friends? Yes, Malik Famagun, he loves golf. Brother in Chamorro means Tetlun Lahi. Can you say brother in Chamorro? Malik Famagun. Ekunguk, listen. Tetlun Lahi loves golf. In Chamorro, Hagwaida si Tetlun Lahi golf. Your turn, friends. Let's say it together. Hagwaida si Tetlun Lahi golf. Malik Famagun, what's your Tetlun Lahi's favorite sport? This is my sister. She loves many different sports like softball, basketball, soccer, and volleyball. She loves learning different skills. She loves this one sport. Here's a clue. Kick the ball to me. Kick the ball to me. What do you think, friends? Malik, PBS University friends, yes, she loves soccer. Sister in Chamorro means Tsetlun Palawan. Can you say sister in Chamorro? Malik, Famaguan. Ekunguk. Listen. Tsetlun Palawan loves soccer. In Chamorro, Hagwaiza si Tsetlun Palawan soccer. Your turn, friends. Let's say it together. Hagwaiza si Tsetlun Palawan soccer. Malik, Famaguan. What sport does your Tsetlun Palawan love? This is my cousin. She likes many different sports just like Tsetlun Palawan. She loves this one sport. Here's a clue. Bump, set, spike. Bump, set, spike. What do you think, PBS friends? Malik, friends, yes, she loves volleyball. Cousin in Chamorro means prima. Can you say cousin in Chamorro? Malik, Famaguan. Ekunguk. Listen. Prima loves volleyball. In Chamorro, Hagwaiza si prima volleyball. Your turn, friends. Let's say it together. Hagwaiza si prima volleyball. Malik, Famaguan. What sport does your prima love? Now, Famaguan, we're going to review our lesson for the day. You're going to tell me what you already know about my familia. Are you ready? Take a look. Who loves cheering? Who of my familia loves cheerleading? That's right. Nana. Very good. Who loves football touchdown? That's right. Tata. Who loves golfing? A hole in one. That's right. Tsetlun Lahi. Who loves kicking the ball around? That's right. Tsetlun Palawan. Who loves playing? Bump, set, spike. That's right, Famaguan. Prima. Thank you so much for joining me, friends, and learning about my familia. One day, I will be learning about yours. Situ Esmasi. Adios. Thank you for joining me. Sayonara.
Fast, fun facts. Fast, fun facts. With Mr. Ernest Ochoco.
Annyeong. That's how you say hello in Korean. Now, I'm going to ask you a very, very important question. Have you ever been treated unfairly or badly because of the color of your skin? Or maybe because of your cultural background? Or maybe how you speak because you have an accent? Or maybe even because of the size of your body, like you're big, or you're skinny, or you're tall, or you're short. Has that ever happened to you? Well, we're going to talk about something that could possibly help to save the world. Gosh, there's a lot of saving in Fast Fun Facts with me, Mr. Ernest Ochoco. Okay, so we're going to talk about diversity. What is diversity, sir? It is when there's a lot of varieties of things, right? So many different things. Now, there are lots of different kinds of people. People from different cultures who eat different kinds of foods, who speak different kinds of languages, and have different customs, right? So, we are going to discuss that with our friend, Emmy. She's going to talk a little bit about diversity in Martin Luther King Jr. and the Civil Rights Movement and all kinds of things like being able to accept people for who they truly are. Okay, let's go talk to her.
Hello, everybody. My name is Emmy, and I am going to be talking about diversity. To start us off, I'm going to be talking about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He was part of the civil rights movement. A movement is a whole bunch of people working together for the same goal, and their goal was ending racism and promoting diversity. So what is diversity anyway? Well, diversity is treating everyone equally, no matter what you look like or where you come from or your skin color, if you're rich or poor, what gender you are. Diversity is important because everybody just wants to be treated like a person. Everybody wants to feel loved and validated and heard. So I am transgender, which means that I was assigned a boy at birth. But I know deep inside me that I am a girl. But you think that's weird, you might think that's different. But if you get to know me, if we become friends, you know that we're not so different. We like the same games, we like the same books, and we want to feel the same things. We want to feel validated, we want to feel heard, and we want to feel loved.
You are completely right, Emmy. No matter where you're from, no matter how big you are, how little you are, how tall you are, how skinny you are, how short you are, no matter what kind of money you might have or might not have, or what kind of foods you eat, or however you speak, if you have an accent or not, it's important to understand that people are different, and it's okay to be different, and it's okay to be you. And for us to learn how to understand people is what's gonna make us have better friendships and eventually have peace in the world. So this is Mr. Ernesto Choco, boop, and of course our friend Emmy for our Fast Fun Facts. Bye, everyone.
Hafa students, I'm Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio. For more than a year now, you all have continued to wash your hands and watch your distance from others, and you've done a really great job wearing your masks. We know your parents and guardians have helped you to make these changes to keep yourself and your community safe. As Governor Leon Guerrero said, we are happy you are here. We want you to continue to learn and sharpen your skills with the help of PBS University. This program is the result of a collaborative effort. We couldn't do it alone. I'd like to thank the teachers and support staff of the Guam Department of Education and PBS Guam for their work and their commitment to our students. I'd also like to thank you students for participating at home. To your parents, I'd like to thank you for taking an active role in your child's education. We are all eager to return to a time when all of us can share and study together in person. Until then, we hope you learned something new from this PBS University instruction.